Hey there, traders, and welcome back for episode number 120 from the StockBandit.tv. Hope you've had a great weekend and you're ready for the week ahead of us for some good trading. And this market has been really something to see in the last several weeks. Not only have we sold off substantially from the January highs, but we've seen a pretty big V-shaped bounce take place to bring us right back up to new highs in the case of the NASDAQ. So this very large V-shaped move has really offered a little something for everybody. The bears able to get a little bit of action in their favor, and then the bulls certainly coming right back and putting it back on them. And so it's been very interesting to see. Now, let's take a look at the indices here, NASDAQ, S&P, and Dow. And then, of course, we'll have some key levels here to take a look at for the week ahead. So for the NASDAQ, this index just on Friday tacked on about a 1.5% move to make it 5 out of 6 here. So that's pretty solid performance here, especially when you consider how far this index has come just off the very recent minor dip. So, the February lows, that's a whole nother story. We're up over 10% from there. And so it's been quite a ride in just 1 month worth of time here. So this index is now right back up to the 2326 level. It actually cleared that level briefly on Friday and it technically did make a new high. And so it's done so on a closing basis and an intraday basis. But 2326 was the January high. So we're now right back to this very important level. What's going to take place from here is certainly anybody's guess. The bulls have a lot of very short-term momentum, but at the same time, this index has become rather stretched. We've also seen a distinct lack of participation in terms of volume. So take a look at these volume bars down here. So many of them are down below the monthly average or the 1 month, 21 period average, that it really has made this rally a very difficult one to embrace. Not only the fact that we rolled over here and saw some continuation to the downside, but that this rally back up has come on such very light volume for the most part. We've only seen a few days, and most of those came last week in terms of above average volume, and that's been something that's made it very tough to embrace the long side as this bounce carries right back up to the highs. So watching this 23-26 level as the week ahead begins, and certainly taking a look for this Friday morning gap from last week to possibly get filled on weakness. So keep an eye out for those two as well. By the way, that Friday gap would go back to Thursday's close, 22.93. So those are the two levels I'll be focusing on in the week ahead. S&P 500 did make it 6 in a row with Friday's rally of last week. So, very impressive run here as well, especially off the February lows as well as this recent test of this 1084 level. And that's been a key level that has been highlighted here a number of times. It was the low end of this range from November and December. So basically we pulled back the prior week and tested that, and then we've just ripped higher since then. So we're now through this 1131 level, and the next stop is right up here at the highs, January highs, 1150. We're only about 12 points away from there. I'll be looking for a test of that if we do see some early strength come Monday and Tuesday of this week. And finally, for the Dow, this index was able to push back north of the 10,500 level with Friday's move back up over 1%. The next spot to be watching is right up here, the January highs, 10,729. But here again, most of this rally from the February lows has been coming on pretty weak volume. We've only seen a handful of days, despite all the up days that we've seen, we've only seen a couple of them that have been above average volume. So here again, it's very tough to embrace this rally. But at this point, we've got a clear leader with the NASDAQ making new highs, S&P and Dow not too far behind, but certainly lagging at this point. So it's going to be really interesting to see how this market gets treated in the week ahead, and if we do see these indices start to come into alignment here a little bit better. If the Dow and S&P can kind of play catch up a little bit and join up with the NASDAQ and make new highs. And certainly on the other end of things, let's take a look at this NASDAQ. It's possible that we do see a breakout here which fails. If the S&P and Dow do not confirm new highs pretty soon, the NASDAQ itself could create some kind of a bull trap, which would happen with a new breakout to new highs and then move back below this key level and possibly a turn lower from there. So it's going to be really interesting to see. We've got quite a battle starting to shape up here, but in the near term, the bulls are in the driver's seat and they definitely deserve our respect. So thanks again for joining me for this episode. I will be back soon with more videos, but in the meantime, trade like a bandit.